Hi everyone, today is August 6, 2019. I'm here with my friend Jen.
Hey, Jennifer O'Brien on YouTube.
Yeah, you can check out her channel. It's 7 o'clock in the morning, and today we'll be doing a walk from the Flatiron Building to the Empire State Building.
Let's do it. He's going to take over the camera and I'm going to be narrating. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my two favorite buildings. We've got the Flatiron Building, which there's a lot of fun history about, and then I'm going to be I've done a whole video on the Flatiron District, and I'm also doing a video on the Empire State Building, so check those out.
All right.
Okay, cool. Let's go. Okay, so more about the Flatiron Building. It was built in 1902. I love this history because it actually was considered an ugly eyesore. People really thought that it was a monstrosity. They said in the New York Times, they hated it. They were worried that it was basically, ruining this whole area. And then eventually they grew to love it. And I'm so glad because it perfectly fit in that area. That's how they could build there. And fun fact, an Italian luxury company has actually bought it for a luxury hotel. So in a couple years, this might be a luxury hotel you might be staying at. Fun fact. Anyways, let's go start walking towards the Empire State Building, and let's see how many times people honk. I'm curious because they always honk when you want to talk.
Yeah, and you used to work here in the Flatiron.
I did. So I've lived here on 23rd Street, and then I've worked here at two or three different companies. So I've been in this area every single day for at least 12 hours a day for 3 to 4 years. So I know this area really well. Madison Square Park is an amazing park right around here. You've got Shake Shack, which is classic burgers. It actually started as a hot dog stand by Danny Myers. It's really smart. They just had a seasonal hot dog stand, but it was doing so well that they brought burgers and did a whole, an actual building, physical building in the park. And since then, they have over 100 locations. It's crazy how they blew up. We've also got the Lego store. We've got Mary Mecco, a cool Finnish designer. And then we've got Italy, one of my favorites. I absolutely love Italy for their, they have everything from gelato to pasta. I get homemade pasta there, and then I will actually make it in boiling water. It's so good when you buy fresh pasta. If you want anything Italian, they have, every specific sauce from every region you can imagine. So yeah, I think that's a good intro to the Flatiron area. Should we continue walking? Okay. Look at that beauty, Empire State Building. That is our destination. And the MetLife Tower is a really beautiful clock tower right over there. It has this amazing triangular shape and used to be, at one time, one of the tallest buildings in the world. I love it. I think it's one of the underrated buildings. And yeah, so welcome to the Flatiron area. I used to live here, so I know it really, really well. It's just such a fun area for photos, for hanging out, great for lunch. If you work around here, there's so many lunch options. I'm just constantly here and constantly taking photos. It's great to take photos of the Flatiron Building, especially I like taking photos of it actually really, really early, so before 7 a.m. It's currently 7 a.m. and if you take a look, it's actually got a little bit of light on the corner right now. So this is, the trickiest thing is to shoot this where it's either all even lighting without these shadows and highlights. So honestly, the best time to shoot the Flatiron Building I've found is actually at 12 noon-ish. It's definitely when the light is the best. The sun is actually right behind it. You can sometimes even get a sun flare right behind the building, which is so beautiful. So I highly recommend shooting this midday when you don't get this highlighting, spotty light situation. Yeah. And then I think we should go this way. Italy! And this beautiful, beautiful clock. I love taking photos of this clock with the Flatiron Building behind it. It's just so pretty. So classic. Okay. Are we gonna make it? 3, 2, 1. We made it. This rock has seen me take many photos. You stand right on top of it and you can get a great angle of the Flatiron Building. It's a really nice shot, and then you can sometimes get a cab passing by. Cue the cab. Cab. Okay, so we tried to coordinate a cab. It's gonna be a couple minutes, but we can keep going. Oh, look at this beautiful dog. Oh my gosh, I'm such a dog lover. So like this like huge dog, how does it live in New York City? I don't know. I think they're headed to PetSmart.
I wonder if these even is an apartment big enough for it.
Honestly, like do these people have apartments big enough for it is a really good question. Shall we walk this way? Okay.
So we're taking 5th Avenue.
Yes, let's take 5th Avenue. I feel like I love all these flowers around this time, especially springtime in this area is so lovely. They also have Madison Square Eats a lot of times in this area, which is a really fun market. I love all the outdoor markets in New York City. That has so many of them, but there's usually a market right here. There's also a market in Union Square, not too far, just a couple blocks that way at 14th Street, and that's a really great place to also get lunch or fresh produce, things like that. Yeah, there's so many great things always. Every season has its own highlights, but I would say probably spring is my favorite time to visit New York if I was visiting and not living here, but spring is just the best time when you have all these beautiful flowers and it's not as hot as it is sometimes in summer, because later today it's going to be very hot. So we're going to be walking past nearby. There is a Museum of Mathematics, which is another really cool spot. I want to do a whole video on sort of top secret and like lesser known museums like that one. There's the Museum of Food and Drink in Williamsburg. I actually live in Williamsburg and love that area as well. There's so many museums that people forget about, like this one and others that it's right over there. It's the Museum of Math. And it's just, you know, like a fun one, especially for kids. If you're traveling with a family, that's great. And, you know, even though I love the Metropolitan Museum of Art, there are a ton of other options. In the morning, the city gets a wash down, and you see a lot of times these curbs are super wet, and like a lot of times they spray it down because it's so dirty. So in some ways, it's the cleanest in the morning, but yeah, it didn't just rain. It's just they washed the sidewalk. There's also a really cool mural coming up. That's a brand new mural. That'll be up ahead on the left. We also have the world's biggest rooftop, or at least the biggest one in New York, 230 Fifth Avenue. This is a really large rooftop. They have some really cute seating, especially in the wintertime. They have these igloos and like you can get robes and it feels super cozy. But I gotta say, it is very touristy, so it's fun if you wanna go for like one drink, but it's not a place that you go for multiple drinks or to stay for longer. It's cute, but there's a line, so use your own judgment. If you really want to like sit in an igloo in the winter, this is the place. If you want another rooftop, I have a lot of other options that I highly recommend, like especially like in this kind of general area. I like Skylark, which is up a little bit further, which is a gorgeous view of the Empire State Building. And there's so many other ones that don't have a line like this one. Yeah. This is the new mural that I mentioned. I love that. I think it's like so beautiful and like so different and interesting. I feel like it's a very vintage style New York woman with all these construction guys around her, which I think is very interesting. How it might be like, I don't know. It's like a very interesting thing that I definitely want to check out who the artist is, and I'd love to know the name of this piece because I feel like it's very, you know, it's an interesting spot. So yeah, I definitely want to check out the name of that. Can we go? Yes, we got it. I always feel bad jaywalking on camera because I'm like, would we get in trouble for that? I know. I feel like in normal life, I jaywalk all the time, but in front of a cop and on a camera, maybe not. I've never done it. No, never. Funny story, when my boss, my old boss, first moved here, she asked, when will the construction end? About the whole city. And unfortunately, construction is going on all the time. It's unavoidable, it's not a seasonal thing, and you never know, there's always going to be construction on new corners, so always good to ask if you're moving to a new apartment, you know, if there's any construction going on in the area, because a lot of times I've actually like moved somewhere and then they have construction right across the street or something, and that can be really hard. I actually moved to this one place in Chelsea near here. It was on 23rd Street, and it was this amazing like building view, all these things, and I had this view of the Empire State Building, which was so cool from my bedroom window. It was amazing. And then I realized afterwards that apparently the building was under construction, and then they put scaffolding right in front of my view of the Empire State Building. It was not okay. So frustrating. This beautiful view. I also love all of these water towers. There's so many water towers around New York City. A lot of them are, you know, old remnants of how they used to do water pressure in order to give us water pressure the kind that we know today. In the beginning, they had to have water store water on top of a building, and then the water pressure was due to gravity pulling the water down, and that's how they did it. And now we use water towers for fun things like bars. We have in Williamsburg, at the Williamsburg Hotel, they have a bar inside a water tower, which is just super fun. Ooh, I got a tour of that building. It was a really beautiful, each apartment is 277 Fifth Avenue, and it was, you know, each apartment is millions of dollars. It's a really stunning, super tall building. And when I was here, it was still covered in scaffolding. You couldn't even see this beautiful glass facade, but it's stunning inside. And even to think, you know, sometimes it's not even, when you think about, oh, what does $1 million get you in New York? It's honestly not even that big. It's not the size, it's the amenities, it's the location, it's things like that that really make $1 million apartment. It's crazy. Yeah. So I'll be moving there in a couple years. Apartment tour coming soon. Just kidding. I'm looking for something a little bit more budget friendly. Just a little. Here you have a nice, beautiful place for a good bagel. Honestly, these corner stands are really great for really good bagels. You would be surprised, but a lot of times they have the best prices and the best bagels. Yeah. Should we walk? I don't know.
All right, we're doing it. Nope.
Whoop, no we're not. You do the peek out, you're like, oh, is there a car? Oh, there is. Okay, I wasn't gonna walk. No. Oh, now we can, look.
Or a bicyclist.
Yeah, oh my gosh, so true. Oh. I can't imagine, I know you bike in the city, but I can't imagine biking in the city. Even though I love biking in general, biking in a city like New York is very intimidating for me. So we are on West 31st Street. We are getting super close to 34th. We are about to be on top of, right next to the Empire State Building, and I cannot wait to show it to you because when you get really close to it and you look up, it's just honestly so awe-inspiring how tall it really is. The Empire State Building is actually 102 stories tall. We are gonna keep walking, and it is just an amazing, amazing architectural feat because it is one of the fastest built skyscrapers ever in the world. It also held the title of world's tallest skyscraper building in general for 42 years, which is really long considering the tallest building in the world before it, the Chrysler Building, held that title for only 1 year. So compare that. In the time of the early 1900s, every building was only the tallest for a couple years, and then Empire State Building went up, and they put on that extra mast, which made it so much taller. And because of that, they held that title for 42 years. Crazy to think about that. Crazy. I love these old-timey hats. They're so cute. So adorable. I'll take one of each. So we're actually walking close to the fashion district and kind of close to the plant area, which also is a couple of blocks that way near FIT area. And in that area, you'll actually find some amazing, it's so cool. It's like plants all around you. You're walking, it's on 28th, so it's a little bit that way. And it just feels like you're in an oasis. You're not in a city. Highly recommend it. Go for a wander towards FIT. So fun, so beautiful. Okay, we're almost there. We're on 32nd. I think that was the first person to walk in front of us. So it's not bad, not bad. Good odds, good odds. 30 seconds. And we have this beautiful overpass over here. I love this bridge. It's like cast, it's kind of like that green, it's turned green like the Statue of Liberty situation. It's beautiful. So different. I think it's like a 3-story bridge too, which is amazing. Stop! I tell you to stop. Hi. They're so friendly. They're waving. I love it. Meanwhile, I'm joking around. Good morning to you all. Good morning. Good morning, New York City. All these poor commuters are like rushing off to work, and we're taking our time. We're taking our photos and our video and having a wonderful morning. I hope you're having a great morning wherever you are. Guess what street this is? This is the Empire State Building. This is that icon, that thing that you know as synonymous with New York. It is an icon of New York, and honestly, sometimes the whole United States. People think of this symbol, and it's just so crazy to look up and see it from this angle because it is actually that tall, 102 stories all the way up. It is an Art Deco masterpiece. This Art Deco design is just stunning, and I'm absolutely obsessed with it. It is a beautiful, beautiful example of architecture, especially the amazing feat that it was that I was just telling you, the fact that they built it so quickly. It was built in 14 months and it was actually built faster than they expected, and for a less budget, the budget was less than what they projected. So to be on time, early, and under budget is something that New York construction has never figured out since, but they managed to figure it out for this amazing building. I love when you walk in, there's a whole, experience. You're like, you know, learning a lot about New York, and there's multiple exhibits and spaces that are really built for that. There's a brand new exhibit on the second floor that I take a tour of in my upcoming video, so definitely check that out. I'm talking about that and 11 amazing secrets of the Empire State Building, and I'm going to tell you a couple now, but the rest you'll have to check out my video. Some fun secrets that I think are so fascinating are, did you know that when the Empire State Building first opened, it was called the Empty State Building? Because unfortunately, right after the Great Depression, there were not a lot of people that were looking for office space, looking to really, go into one of the tallest buildings in the world. So it was a little intimidating at first. It was very empty. And then, shall we keep walking? Yeah. And then you'll never guess what happened next. There was a movie, just a little one, that actually changed the course of the Empire State Building history. This film was King Kong. You will not believe it, but when he was climbing up the Empire State Building, he was simultaneously making this building famous. And I think it's so awesome that now in the brand new exhibit, they have like a King Kong, like pretend like in the building. It's so fun, it's so great. They totally embrace the fact that King Kong helped really boost the popularity of this building. It's just amazing. There are so many films and movies that are filmed here, or a big portion are filmed here. Sleepless in Seattle is a very popular one. Love Affair and Affair to Remember. There are so many classic movies here in the Empire State Building. This is it. I think the public entrance is this way, and I've exited there before, but I'm not sure if we're allowed in that way. And it's just, a really stunning masterpiece. There are multiple observation decks here in New York City. I would highly recommend Top of the Rock if you want a view of the Empire State Building in your skyline view. That is the #1 shot that everyone gets of the skyline. If you've seen that skyline shot, you know what I'm talking about. It's from Top of the Rock. That is really highly recommend that. And then if you want to go to the classic Empire State Building, you have to go to the Empire State Building to just get, that experience of being in the Empire State Building. And then another observation deck that is lower on my list of favorites. Another observation deck is One World Trade Center. So that is a brand new one, but the views are not as great. It definitely has a cool experience on the inside, but the views, you definitely need to bring a zoom lens because they are far away. When you are all the way downtown, you have a better view of the Brooklyn Bridge and the bridges, but you don't have as great a view of uptown and the buildings above you. So you definitely have to go, here to these observation decks to get this view. There's also going to be, fun fact, a brand new observation deck coming very soon to Hudson Yards, and that is something that I definitely want to check out. We'll all have to check out. We definitely have to go check that out when it opens, but they still have not announced a date, but it's supposed to be later this year. And then we are approaching the entrance now to the Empire State Building, the classic, the amazing, the one, the only Empire State Building. So I wonder, so that's the entrance to the offices. They have LinkedIn, Shutterstock, a bunch of tech companies are actually located in the building. Sorry. And then we have an Amazon bookstore. I think it's so fascinating that they start bookstores as many bookstores are closing. It's fascinating. Okay, I think this is it. We've tried all the entrances.
We went around the whole block pretty much.
I know, right? It's so funny. Yeah. No. So I think it might be closed right now, but we can see. Oops, sorry. If you peek inside, you can see the new. They have a new structure of the Empire State Building right in there. Another fun fact, they actually, even though they have 102 stories, there is a secret VIP extra observatory deck on the top, basically the 103rd floor, and it is a private, only observation deck really for the celebrities. I'm still awaiting my invitation. It's coming, don't worry. But basically, it's where you see a lot of the celebrities take photos, and there's no guardrail behind them, and you're like, wait a minute, where are they? They're at the Empire State Building, but they're a story above the commoners like us, and they have their own access, and it's really amazing. I think that's a really fun fact that not a lot of people know. Yeah. Ooh, let's go. Should we peek inside? It's actually open. Woo! It's heavy. I wasn't sure if it was closed or heavy, but it was heavy. What time does it open? 8 o'clock. So we are approaching opening. We've got a whole crew of people that are ready, but we are probably going to sign off shortly. And yeah, this is just this beautiful lobby. I love the designs, even on the ceilings. They're so beautiful. Amazing. It wasn't just me struggling. Everyone's struggling with this door. All the people are like hurrying to the comment section. She can't even open a door. You know what? I can make great videos though. Okay, check them out.
And she did it by herself. Normally there's like two other people pushing the door.
Thank you.
It was easier when I pushed behind.
Yes. So should we sign off?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sign off.
With that, thank you so much for watching. Please definitely check out more videos. I have a ton of videos from all about the Flatiron District to a video all about the Empire State Building and the secrets that I've mentioned, a couple and a bunch of new ones. Please, as always, say yes to new adventures, and I'll see you next time. And thank you so much for having me on your channel to help narrate this amazing walk. I hope you enjoyed it. Please comment down below your favorite part. If you learned something, definitely comment down below. Happy to chat more. Okay, bye.
All right, be sure to check out our channel, like she said, the Secrets of the Empire State Building video, which I'm excited to know more about. It'll be awesome.
Yeah.
And like this video if you did. Be sure to say hi. And see you all next time. Take it easy.
Bye.